Hey everybody, it's Dr. Markel. We are tuning in for our regularly scheduled Wednesday live, but you will notice a couple different things. First of all, PSC, that's partner in crime for all you lamos out there. I'm just kidding. She is not here with me, so I am going rogue, going solo today. Second thing you're going to notice is that we are in a different room. So this is actually my little corner of paradise in here. There's Dr. T's space. But we're hanging out in here today. So wanted to chat with you today about ear infections. So especially this time, I shouldn't even say this time of year. Ear infections are so dang common. I actually just had a little presentation this morning, and 80% of kids before the age of 2 will have experienced one, if not several, ear infections. How sad is that? How gross is that? It's terrible. So anyways, we get a lot of moms and families that come into the office and they want us to treat their kids' ear infections. Said it before. Oh, are we good? Okay, says we're live again. So, moms that come in and say that they want their kids' ear infections treated. So, first thing we do is we say we don't treat conditions or diseases in this office. We don't treat any of that stuff. What we are doing is restoring your body's ability to heal on its own. And so that's the first piece of it. Second thing is we want to know what has been done. So in the Western realm of ear infections, there are typically 2 options. And as parents, you can go either way. So the first one is the wait and watch approach. Wait, see what happens, see if it resolves, if the kiddo kicks it on their own, or we can treat. So treating ear infections typically involves an antibiotic. And what's crazy about that is that most ear infections are caused by viruses. So what good is an antibiotic going to do? But that's what the medical world has to, that's what options they have. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but I'm saying in their realm, that's what they can do. And so if you're going to think of it that, so even if you want to assume that we're going to pretend that it's viruses and bacteria that cause ear infections equally, okay? So if that's the case, then why doesn't every kid have ear infections? Yes, they are crazy, crazy common. A ton of kiddos have them. But why doesn't everyone have them then? Because we are all constantly coming in contact with different viruses, different bacteria, different fungi, different stuff. The difference is that our bodies all have a different threshold for dealing with them. And so some pediatricians will say that it's the same song and dance, that kids get ear infections because their eustachian tubes, the drainage pipes, I guess you would call them, in the ears are more horizontal early in life, and then they kind of develop an angle as you grow older. Yes, very simply, that is true, but here again, if that was the sole reason, then why doesn't everybody have them? And do you honestly think that grand design would put a flaw in us? It's the same thing as when people just get their gallbladder removed. God didn't give you extra parts. Why are you just taking them away? They have a function. Appendix, all of those things. But I'm getting off on a tangent. So, with ear infections, we actually have a third option. So, you have the treat with antibiotics, which are, one, not even addressing it because most ear infections are caused by viruses and antibiotics aren't for viruses. And number 2, the wait and watch approach. And, here's another statistic for you. Most kids that, let's see, I just read this actually. It was a study. They looked at like 330 some kids with ear infections. 311 of them had been on antibiotics for it several times, and it just kept coming back. And so clearly the issue isn't getting resolved. So the third option we're going to talk about is lifestyle, behavior modifications, chiropractic. So like I said, chiropractic is restoring your body's natural ability to heal. We talked about that threshold that you have for dealing with the certain stressors that we place on it, not just physical demands, but things like dealing with viruses, dealing with bacteria, the chemical load we place on ourselves, like poor diet, the medications we take, air pollution, contaminated water, all that stuff. And then the emotional, spiritual, those things too. So your body has a certain adaptability, and chiropractic does is it boosts that adaptability. So you're better able to handle those things. And so when you do come in contact with viruses and bacteria, it doesn't knock you down for 2 weeks. And we actually have a practice member now who started with us roughly a month ago. His family is coming from a long ways away to be with us. But he has, in the past 2 years, I want to say, had 8 ear infections as a little kid. And so they've tried everything. Nothing obviously is working. It's to the point now where this little boy doesn't even know when he has an ear infection because they're his life. And so he's been with us for a month now, and just chatted with Mom the other day. No ear infections, healthy immune system, is doing awesome, is excited to see what this chiropractic thing really is about and how far his body is going to go. So if you or someone you know or love is dealing with ear infections, there is a third option that your pediatrician isn't going to tell us about. Well, yeah, they're not going to tell us about it, but they won't tell you about it. And we can certainly help. So have an excellent Wednesday. Bye.